Let me tell you something. We're about to dive into one of the most exciting playoff performances in recent memory. Now, I know we're talking about the NBA's brightest stars, but Anthony Edwards, let's call him Ant-Man, just put on a performance that every basketball fan should appreciate. I'm here to break it all down. How he stepped up, not just in the box score, but with the mindset of a true competitor. The Game 4 showdown. Let's start with the basics. Game 4 between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, going into this game, a lot of people had their doubts about the Timberwolves. After all, you've got LeBron James on the other side, the king, the living legend. What's a 23-year-old like Anthony Edwards going to do against him? Well, Edwards said, "Hold my beer." He dropped a whopping 43 points. That's right, 43 points in a pivotal game. To go along with that, he grabbed 9 rebounds, dished out 6 assists, and gave one of the most memorable performances of his young career. But it wasn't just the stats, it was the energy he brought to the court. He commanded attention, and it wasn't just about scoring. His defense, his leadership, his poise in the fourth quarter, it was all there. Now, in the NBA, you can't just show up and expect to win a game like that, especially against LeBron. No, you've got to earn it. Edwards didn't just come to play. He came to make a statement, and he did just that. And in case you missed it, after the game, when Edwards was asked about his approach, he gave one of the realest answers I've heard in a while. Here's what he said. "I'm not going to say I was trying to make a point, but just letting him know that we're here. You ain't just gonna push us around all night." Now that right there is what I'm talking about. Anthony Edwards was letting LeBron know, this ain't your playground anymore. We're here, we're not backing down. And that's the mindset you need, especially when you're playing a guy like LeBron. LeBron James, the legend, the challenge, let's not kid ourselves here. LeBron James is a physical specimen. He's not just a player, he's a force of nature. You talk about basketball IQ, physicality, skill. The man is a walking triple threat. But Edwards took on that challenge head on. I'm talking about being a pest, as he said. He wasn't backing down from the challenge. And that's what makes this so intriguing. The way Edwards described his approach to guarding LeBron. When he said, "I'm gonna be a pest to him whenever I get on him, try to get up under his skin." What he's really saying is, I'm here to make you uncomfortable. It's one thing to score 43 points in a game, but it's another to do it against a player like LeBron, while also making life miserable for him on the other end of the court. The energy that Edwards brought on defense wasn't just physical, it was mental. He was constantly in LeBron's face, not letting him get comfortable. It was a mind game as much as it was a physical one. And when you're dealing with a guy like LeBron, you've got to have that mental edge. It's not just about talent, it's about belief. And Edwards showed that belief in spades. The momentum shift now. Let's talk about what happened when the chips were down. Minnesota was facing a 10-point deficit heading into the fourth quarter. Most teams would fold under that kind of pressure, especially against a team with the experience of the Lakers. But not Minnesota. They didn't panic. They didn't flinch. They dug deep. And a huge part of that was Edwards' leadership. It's not just the points. It's how you lead your team in moments like that. Edwards' back-to-back baskets were pivotal, sparking a run that saw the Timberwolves claw their way back into the game. And it wasn't just the scoring. Edwards' leadership, his doggedness, got his teammates to step up as well. Naz Reid came up with some crucial buckets. Dante DiVincenzo made key plays down the stretch. This was a team win, but Edwards was the engine that made it all go. Defense. The unsung hero of the night now. I know a lot of people want to focus on the offensive numbers, and rightfully so. But I need to give props where props are due. The Timberwolves' defense in the fourth quarter was nothing short of spectacular. The Lakers were only able to score 19 points in the final frame. 19 points. That's lockdown defense right there. And when you've got a guy like LeBron James on the other side, it takes more than just one player to shut him down. The Timberwolves as a unit made sure the Lakers had no easy looks. They forced turnovers. They closed out on shooters. They made LeBron work for every single point. And Edwards? He wasn't just an offensive juggernaut. He was part of that defensive effort. He was active in the passing lanes, pounding the ball, and doing everything he could to disrupt the Lakers' rhythm. So when you look at Edwards' performance, don't just look at the points. Look at the whole package. The leadership, the defense, the attitude, the mentality, growth and leadership. One thing that sets Anthony Edwards apart is his mentality. The kid's got it. You can't teach the mindset he's got. That killer instinct, that belief that no one's better than him. But what's even more impressive is the way he carries himself with that confidence. It's not cockiness. It's self-assurance. You can see it in the way he communicates on the court, with his teammates, with the referees, with the other team. And it's that leadership mentality that makes him more than just a player. He's growing into a guy you can build your team around. I mean, when you step up and drop 43 points in a crucial playoff game against LeBron James, you're not just playing basketball, you're sending a message to the entire league. Looking ahead, the future is now this Game 4. Win puts the Timberwolves in a prime position to close out the Lakers in Game 5. But here's the thing. They've still got to finish the job. I know LeBron, I know the Lakers, and I know they're not going to go quietly into the night. But Minnesota has all the momentum now. They've shown they can win on the big stage. They've shown they can close out games. And most importantly, they've shown they can do it against a team like the Lakers, with LeBron on the other side. The key for Minnesota now is to ride the momentum from this game. Edwards needs to keep this level of play up, and his teammates need to follow his lead. The Lakers might be down, but they're never out. So, the Timberwolves need to keep their foot on the gas and close out this series with the same intensity they brought in Game 4. A legacy in the making, folks. I'm telling you, Anthony Edwards is on the verge of something big. Game 4 wasn't just a win for the Timberwolves. It was a coming out party for Edwards. He's no longer just the guy who's got potential. He's the guy showing up, showing out, and taking his team to another level. This is just the beginning. And if Edwards continues to play with this level of confidence, intensity, and growth, I wouldn't be surprised to see him lead Minnesota to great heights in the years to come. So let's give it up for Edwards, for showing the world that the next generation is here, and they're ready to take over. LeBron better watch out, because the future of this league is bright, and Anthony Edwards is ready to shine.
Hi, xin chào tất cả mọi người, chào mừng mọi người đã trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình xin giới thiệu mọi người một sản phẩm được làm từ kẽm nhung, và ở trên tay mình đây là một chục cá hề mình đã tạo lên từ những chiếc kẽm nhung. Và bây giờ mọi người cùng với mình bắt đầu thực hiện nhé. Và ở đây mình đã chuẩn bị một số nguyên liệu như sau. Mình sẽ có là kẽm nhung nhiều màu sắc khác nhau, và ngoài ra mọi người sẽ chuẩn bị thêm cho mình một phôi hình tròn đã tạo. Và mình sẽ có thêm kéo và keo lến. Và bây giờ mọi người cùng với mình bắt đầu thực hiện nhé. Và tại đây mình sẽ bắt đầu tạo vào đây như sau. Và mình sẽ sử dụng kẽm màu xanh nước biển để làm phần màu thân chính. Và bây giờ mọi người cùng với mình bắt đầu thực hiện. Mình sẽ lấy sợi kẽm màu xanh, mọi người sẽ gấp lại cho mình này. và mọi người sẽ cuộn tròn lại. Tiếp tục. Mình sẽ quấn các phần này. Và bây giờ mọi người sẽ lấy keo nến tạo vào đây cho mình là các điểm keo ở bên trên. Và mình sẽ gắn lên đây. Rồi mình sẽ cuốn lên phần này. Rồi tạo vào đây cho mình là các đường keo. Và mọi người sẽ giữ cố định tại điểm này cho mình. Sau khi mình đã giữ cố định tại điểm phần này rồi, chúng ta lại tiếp tục lấy phần kẽm cùng màu, mình sẽ nối tiếp và cuốn kín phần thân đã tạo. Tương tự, mình sẽ đặt và nối tiếp tại đây. Rồi mình sẽ gắn phần này lên. Mọi người sẽ giữ cố định tại đây cho mình này. Tạo tiếp lên cho mình một điểm keo. Rồi mọi người sẽ gắn tiếp và giữ tiếp tại phần này. Rồi mình sẽ cuốn tiếp vào đây. Rồi tạo tiếp vào đây cho mình một điểm keo tiếp theo. Và mình sẽ cuốn tiếp lần lượt đến hết này. Tạo tiếp vào đây cho mình một đường keo. Và mình sẽ gắn xuống. Tương tự, mình sẽ nối tiếp đoạn cuối cùng. Tạo tiếp với cho mình một đường keo kế tiếp và mình sẽ nối tiếp phần kẽm này vào. Mọi người sẽ đặt vào đây và giữ tại đây cho mình này. Rồi mọi người lại cuốn tiếp vào đây cho mình lần lượt đến hết. Rồi mình sẽ gắn tiếp phần này xuống. Và mình sẽ cắt tại điểm này. Bây giờ mình sẽ điều chỉnh lại cho phần này một chút này. Mình sẽ điều chỉnh lại phần thân này một chút cho phần này được tròn đều hơn.